All right, y'all. How's everybody doing? J-Jack Moto here. So, I want to do a quick unboxing and install and possibly ride review of a couple, well, actually one type of mirror. And I wanted to compare the high quality Rizoma versus the Amazon brand. On Amazon, I believe they're labeled as Kemimoto, K-E-M-I-M-O-T-O. They are $35 for a set, and for the Rizoma, the same type mirror, it's $93 per mirror. So you're looking at around $180, $190 for a set. So we're gonna unbox these. I'm gonna look at the quality. We're gonna look at the quality. See how easy they are to install, and we're gonna see if this is worth basically 6 times the cost of these. Okay, so let's get going. The first thing I'm gonna do is unbox these. So I'm gonna go with the Amazon brand first. Okay, so just a kind of a cool looking package here. The styrofoam on the inside you see, and on the back sort of holographic. That's kind of a cool packaging. It says rear mirror. Obviously, you know, some sort of Chinese manufacturing knockoff here, but we'll see. Sometimes, I mean, to be honest, a lot of times these Chinese products are pretty good. So let's see. Got the sharp Gerber here. Always have to have a good sharp knife for these unboxings. All right, so we'll go ahead and slip this. Go ahead and slip this tape off here. Okay, and it doesn't look like there's any tape here, so I'm going to go ahead and open from this end. And I feel like the last set, I've had a set of these before, I feel like the last set had some sort of shrink wrapping over, but no, it doesn't look like these do, and that's okay. So they just come in this box, styrofoam box. It does come with the Allen key. That's kind of nice. Looks like probably a 5mm Allen key. All right, so that's a nice little touch there. Set these Rizomas to the side. All right, so it comes with this. They're disassembled, so there's one stem there. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay these out piece by piece. Another stem here. Got the mirrors themselves. We'll look at the mirror, the actual glass quality here in a second, and the other mirror here. And then these 2 pieces, or these 2 little baggies full of the hardware. So we'll go ahead and put the box up here. Okay, so let's see what's in each one of these baggies. See if we can get you guys a little bit closer here. One-man operation here, so bear with me. Okay. All right, so we've opened the baggie. We've got the bar end hardware. Okay, so this is gonna be, okay, another note here. These did not come with directions, but honestly, if you're getting these mirrors, you probably know enough of what you're doing. So if not, I'm sure there's some simple directions somewhere on YouTube, but and we'll go through an install video of this too. So you've got your insert, well, this is actually the part that the sleeve will fit over. The frame will fit over. Okay, so the stem fits over like that. And then we have the insert into your handlebars, the actual bar end insert. So this is nice, nice little touch here. It comes with 2 different size sleeves. Okay, so a little bit wider sleeve, and then the more narrow. I believe I'm gonna be going with the more narrow sleeve because I have the Pro Taper Contour bars, and they have a little bit more narrow opening on the end. So I'm definitely gonna go with these. And this goes on the end of the screw, and it basically, when you start to screw these down, all right, so you've got the sleeve here. It goes inside the bar. And then this is I guess you could call it a separator or an expander. So when you start to screw this down, let's go ahead and build this up. let me cut real quick. So another thing to note, it also comes with, for some reason, I'm not really sure, it comes with these sleeves here where the actual mirror stem goes on. And that doesn't completely cover that, so maybe that's, okay, I see what that's doing there. That's for a different type bar. I believe we're gonna be going with the sleeve that covers the entire, or the part that covers the entire sleeve. Yeah, so it comes with the smaller one. You can see here. See the thickness of that sleeve there? Okay, so that's where your mirror frame sits over. And then it comes with one that's has a little bit more, a thinner wall there. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and, also comes with the bolt there. So I'm gonna go ahead and slip this sleeve over like that. And I'm gonna do my right one with these mirrors. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the frame on, okay? All right, so I've got the sleeve on there, and here is the frame, the actual mirror. So that slips over like that. This Allen key will tighten. See how it's got a cutout there, machine cutout? Okay, so that's gonna tighten that down and clamp onto this bar end here. So we'll go ahead and do that just to get it where I can work with it. All right, that's good. And then when you take the sleeve here, you'll see it has a bit of, it has some cutouts there, so that's gonna let it expand into the bar end. Okay, so that's how that works. Now that we've gone over how that works, we're gonna look at the quality of these. So that's cool. That's each little baggie, comes with that, those many parts. It's pretty nice. So, the quality's pretty good. You'll see it's just a nice heavyweight piece of aluminum. It is glossy. I believe the Rizomas, if I remember correct, they have sort of a matte finish. But a really common thing that I don't see on these that knockoff cheaper mirrors have are on that. See those sharp edges there? A lot of times there's paint that's been rubbed off, but I don't see that on here. So that's nice. Okay, cool. It also comes with this smaller bolt, and all this is going to do is, you'll see on that mirror, so the stem is like this, and I'm going to have mine drop down, so mine will actually go like this. So that bolt goes in the back of that, and then your actual mirror, all right, so the mirror is going to screw in just like this. And I'm just going to screw it in. Like I said earlier, I'm going to screw it in just enough to where I can work with it, but we're not going to tighten it to where, I'm not going to tighten it to the spec that I want it yet. Okay, so basically I will have mine on my right hand mirror. It'll be hanging, so throttle here, it'll be hanging just like this with the arrow. Basically act like it's an arrow, it's going to be pointing inward. Let's go ahead and tighten this down just a little bit more. I can give it a good, tighten it down pretty good. Okay, so then you will see also on this mirror, see that ball joint there? So that is gonna let you adjust it accordingly. Hopefully it'll do it, yet. So it just needs a little help breaking free there. So that will help us adjust it up or down. So if you need it up or down a little bit, come on, there we go. So that's a nice, and again, these are $35 for the set. That's a nice tension there. I really like that. Yeah, that's nice. Tighten that down just a little bit more. Okay. So it looks like, yeah, okay. So this will take a little bit of adjusting for sure. Okay, so let's look at the mirror itself. Let me clean that off just a little bit so the glass is clear. Okay, so the actual mirror case. Oh, there's the XSR there, looking pretty. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Again, a real common sight on a lot of these cheaper versions are those sharp edges. You will see some paint scraping. And I don't see that at all. That's nice. And it has a nice blue tint, which is, the Rizomas will have that as well. So that's going to help with the glare. Okay, so what I want to check is around the edge. A lot of times on the cheaper versions, the seating of the mirror will not be very high quality. But that's good. You don't see any, and I'll show you an example real quick on these cheaper mirrors that I had previously. So that's pretty good. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm talking about there with that mirror. So these are a cheaper version that I got a little while back. I don't really like the shape of those, but you can see how that mirror seating, it's just not very high quality. So I mean, it's not gonna harm anything, but it just doesn't look that great. And you'll actually see there's a little chip in that mirror. Yeah, these were pretty cruddy mirrors. So those are my older ones. Okay, so pretty good, pretty high quality. I'm pretty impressed. Decent grade aluminum there. So I will set these aside. And then let's get ready to open the Rizoma. Like I said, I'll make sure all these pieces are together. Don't need that sleeve. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the box of the Rizoma here. So nice shadow box packaging. I got these from Amazon. $93 for one. So you're looking at $186, $190 for a set. And again, I think Rizoma makes great products. I'm not, this is not meant to be a, and I went ahead and cut this back part just so you didn't have to see it because it was a little bit tricky. But you'll see it just has a little cut there. I actually didn't cut this bottom one. Let me get this one. Okay. All right, so this is one of the greatest parts about unboxing. If you get a shadow box, for some reason that is so satisfying. Okay, so we'll set that top lid aside. It has a pretty cool interior boxing here. I mean, you can tell these are high quality stuff here. Kind of a felt lined packaging, so we'll go ahead and pull this out. Okay. And then it looks like in the box we've got, there's no Allen key in here, but there is, you will see those 3 sleeves, the same type, unless it lets you, adjust that mirror to your preference. So it has, just like I showed you on that other one. Just like I showed you on that other one, it has the different sizes here. So there's gonna be a more narrow, and there's a little bit thicker version. And then there's the plugs to the factory mirrors. So you see if you remove your factory mirrors, those actually have a little plastic insert plug. That's a pretty nice touch. But again, no tool. That's okay. Everybody has a 5mm Allen wrench. It does come with an instruction set, or instruction kit. All right, so let's go ahead and pull the mirror out here. It's tucked in there pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so there you see there, logo, Rizoma, and yeah, like I was saying earlier, the finish is a little bit more of a matte than the quote-unquote knockoffs. You see there, shiny, not so shiny. Okay, but yeah, they're nice. Same size, same blue tint. Okay, same blue tint. It is assembled. So that's kind of nice. Let's see how it swivels. Okay, it actually has about the same feel to it as the other one. Okay, try this a little more. There we go. Okay, so that's, yeah, okay, has about the same feel to it. It is kind of nice that they're already assembled for you. But again, yeah, they better be. So logo there. Okay, made in Italy. There's one small logo there. You see that? So, okay, same type. I mean, it's the same, feels like the same machined stamped aluminum there. Same adjustment screw there that will pinch that closed. That one's black, that's kind of nice. Okay, so let's look at the glass. Okay, so blue tint, looks nice and clear. Real glass. Okay, so actually, remember how earlier I said that the cheaper version had that etch there in the glass. I wouldn't expect that of these. Okay, that's interesting. You see what, okay, I hope that picks up there. So you'll see kind of what I'm talking about, side to side. There's me in there. See how that has an etching to it? Okay, that was the Rizoma, and these are the knockoff. A lot higher quality on these knockoffs. The wife and the kid in the background. I mean, again, $93 for this piece. I would expect a little bit higher quality on the glass. Of course, I hadn't ridden with these yet, so, and I haven't installed them, so that will definitely have an effect on it too. You know, do these vibrate? Do they hold their tightness? That type thing. Okay, so I hope that gives you a pretty good view. There they are side by side. They are side by side. Very similar looking mirrors, obviously. So, okay, I hope that helped. What we'll go ahead and do now is I'll show you how to do an install on both of these. And then we will hopefully fit in a test ride on these. We'll test the vibration, the fit, how tight they stay. So stay tuned, we'll go ahead and install these. All right, so let's go ahead and start the install here. I'm on my right, so I'm on the throttle side, all right? So again, just so you know, I do have the Pro Taper contour bars, all right? So these are not the factory bars. These are the Carmichael bend, by the way. Nice and low and wide. These are awesome bars. Highly recommend. All right, so bear with me here. I've got this on a tripod. So, okay, so I mentioned earlier with the sleeve, so I just went ahead and put these together. So I've got the end piece here, and then I've got this, I call it the cone, but what it does is just spreads this little sleeve, okay? So these are loose. So what you wanna do, all right, so we've got our throttle piece here. Scoot you a little closer. Okay, so you want to get it, so the point is to tighten this bolt so that it pulls this cone inward and spreads this piece of metal to fit inside this bar end here. So I've got the perfect one. This is the smaller size sleeve, smaller diameter sleeve. So you'll see it's pretty free there. So what you want to do is you want to start sort of towards the end, okay? And hold the sleeve, hold this part. Hold that part as much as you can with your thumb and your forefinger, okay? And just start tightening. All right, start tightening until you feel it catch inside the bar. All right, so I'm not quite there yet. It'll take a few turns. Okay, so now, so you see there, I'm letting go. It's starting to catch on the inside of that bar. So I'll start going a little bit further in. And the further I go in, bit by bit, you want to just tighten down little by little, okay? Let me see if I can scoot you over a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so you'll see here. All right, so I'm just gonna hold this, and you'll see I'm turning that slightly, and I'm pressing in as I go. Just a little bit to let it tighten all the way up inside that bar. Okay, so you're just gonna go little by little. Let me get that Allen key in there. Okay, so it's getting tighter. Okay, getting a little bit tighter. Okay, looking good. Okay, so I got a little bit too tight there, so back it off a little and just go enough to where you can. There we go. Okay, now it looks like, and this is a pretty good little That's a pretty good little feature there, actually. I didn't notice that. So one of the things that you need to be careful of when you're installing these mirrors is don't get it too close to your throttle body. Sorry, your throttle tube. All right, because you'll lock it up and you can have it stick. You don't want it to stick. So you'll see that's free flowing. And actually this piece comes with, it looks like there's a little lip there that's preventing me from going in too far, which is really nice. Let me back it out and make sure it's actually doing that, because if so, that's pretty nice. Yeah, so that's as far as I can go, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and give that a pretty snug fit. You don't wanna just torque these suckers down to where it's all your might, because you may do damage to that little internal sleeve. You may actually do damage to your bar. All right, so I'm looking good. So what's going on here is that is not the bar end portion. You'll see it's staying tight. I've just got the actual sleeve of the mirror a little bit loose. Okay. So let's go ahead and put that down here, and I will go ahead and tighten this portion to about where I want it. Okay, so that looks about right. Now I'll still have flexibility with the actual mirror on that ball joint. So let me make sure it's all the way. You want to make sure it's all the way towards the outside, towards that outside knuckle there. Okay, so then I'm just going to go ahead and tighten this down pretty good. Again, you don't need a ton of force on these. This is aluminum, so it's gonna bend pretty good. So you don't need to just crank away on these. And you know what? I think I actually might need the other sleeve. Actually, that's pretty nice. Okay, so you want it pretty tight. So that's pretty tight. It's moving a little bit. Let me give it one more little adjustment, and that should be good. Tilt you down a little bit here. Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, let me give it one more little turn, and that should be good. Okay. All right. So that's nice. So that's going to be good. This portion here is going to be, this will be able to adjust. Okay, hang on. See there? See how I can just move? I'm just moving the mirror base. So that's nice. That'll be easy to adjust. You can even adjust that on the fly if you wanted to. Okay, so that is the knockoff brand, the Kimimoto. That looks good. I really like that. So let's see what it looks like on the bike. Yep, looks good. Like I said, I have it pointed inward. And again, if you guys don't have, I'm telling you, these bike stands are such a good little purchase. This one was, I got it from Cycle Gear. It's not, I know the pit bulls are very expensive and they're really nice quality, but this is just the trackside version. Just goes on your swing arm. But these are nice to have when you're working on your bike. Let you have a good level working platform. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the Rizoma set up, and I'm just gonna go ahead and assemble the actual mirror, and then we'll go ahead and install it on that left-hand side. Okay, so interesting development here. When I went to assemble the actual mirror section, I was gonna go ahead and just put it together so I could just pop it on the bike for you guys. I noticed that the Rizoma, $93 for one, does not even come with the bar end attachment. So if you want the actual piece to put the mirror on that goes inside your handlebars, you have to get that separate. So that's kind of a bummer. $93. Yeah, good job. I mean, they're good mirrors. You can tell they're very high quality. But why not include the bar end portion? So I had to take these off of another set that I had. All right, these are the older ones that I showed you guys. So I just went ahead and took off that bar end portion. And so this is the set that I took it off. So I just took that straight out. And what I'm gonna do is I'll just use this for the bar end. For the bar end attachment. So you'll see it does have that same sleeve I was telling you about in the cone that will expand this sleeve into the into the handlebar. Small little crush washer. It does have it has a little separator disc there, like a large, basically just a large washer that's going to separate the bar end portion to the handlebar. So I have my sleeve, the correct size sleeve, and it's going to go in my left handlebar. Arrow is going to be pointing towards the bike, so it's going to be pointing that way. So I'm going to go ahead and slip that on. Doesn't look like I need another sleeve in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. I'll put this disc in, the crush washer. I know you're not supposed to reuse crush washers, but I'm going to. And then I'm going to insert this to get it started. Now I will go ahead and tighten down that screw right there, okay? So that's going to go ahead and just tighten it down onto that lug. So I'll go ahead and do that before we do the install video. Let me just make sure that this screws down in a good way, okay? Make sure I don't need any other sleeves in there. Man, doing this by yourself is tough because I'm kind of looking at this is just on my iPhone. I'm just looking at that, making sure that I have okay, so that looks good. So that'll just go into the bar just like that, with that part a little bit loose. So I'll go ahead and, yeah, so you can see that's loose enough. So we'll do that just like we did the throttle side. Okay, so here with the Rizoma set. So I'm gonna go ahead and install these. So you remember from that last little segment there, I just attached the Rizoma mirror set, okay, to the spare bar end set that I had already. So again, the Rizoma did not come with those, which in my opinion, I think it should. I mean, at that price point, it should definitely come with the bar end inserts. But yeah, okay. So we'll go ahead and start with these. Bear with me here with the install. So like on that other set, we'll just start out with a little bit of tension on this sleeve here. So you'll see I've got the perfect diameter. Again, I've already had these installed, so it should be pretty simple. So I'm going to start out inside there. Now, if you go ahead and put it all the way down, it may not work because it won't. It's not flared enough to catch the inside of the bar. You'll see it's a little bit tapered here. So it's a little bit wider here than it is down here. So what I like to do, and this just works for me, is I like to start out on the end. So that's what I'll go ahead and do, and I'll kind of hold this. You'll see I'm holding it with my index finger there. I'm holding the sleeve. Okay, so I'm starting to get a little bit of tension from that little nut on the end there that's spreading. And you'll see sometimes, see how that's turning? So sometimes you will have to go in there and hold it down a little bit right to when it's just snug enough. So that's going to be perfect right there. So you want it to hold, okay? So I'm getting a little bit tighter there. Okay, that's perfect. Give it another little twist. Let's see if we can get a better angle here. Okay, it's getting a little bit tighter. Now this side you don't really have to worry since you don't have to worry about the play in your throttle. You can go ahead and seat it as close to the handlebar as you want, and you'll be fine, or close to the grip as you want. Again, these are the Pro Taper pillow top grips. Very comfortable. Really like these. Okay, so I went a little bit too far again, so I'm going to back it out just a hair. Yep, see, so it's not catching anymore. Okay, so now I'm catching again. Just work it in. I'm probably working an 1/8 to a 1/16 of an inch at a time. I'm turning it slightly with each push in there. Turning it slightly. Okay, so I'm almost there. Got a little bit more to go. Okay, so I went a little bit far. So let's go ahead and snug it up there. Okay, so that's going to be perfect. Hope you can see that. Okay, so I'm basically all the way against that handle. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down. Now again, these are quality handlebars, so you really shouldn't have to worry about damaging the inside of them or splitting them or anything like that. But there's also really no need to just torque those things down. So I'm just going to give it a good hand tightening. Okay, that's plenty. All right, so you see that's on there. That's on there really well. Okay, now this should be able to. Okay, so you'll see there. I'm not really nothing. The stem isn't moving, but I'm able to move that base fairly freely. Okay, cool. So we've got both of those sets on. So what I'll do is I'll sort of adjust them. I'll do sort of a barrel sighting, if you will. If you're a hunter, you'll know what I mean. So I like to basically sit on the bike and pick an object that's directly behind me, like the stressor, or something a little bit more distant. So I'll probably get out in the driveway and aim at the fence and just sort of get those mirrors close. And then, you know, as I ride, I'll adjust them accordingly. Obviously not as I'm riding, but we'll adjust those. But I like the way that those look. They look identical. So they both look really nice on that bike. I really like the blue tint. Okay, thank y'all for watching. The next vid, I'll go ahead and do a ride. We'll do a test ride, and it won't be very in detail because I mean, you're not going to be testing much, but the basically the vibration standard and you know how tight they stay. So I'll try to do a pretty good review on that. But thank y'all for watching. Hope that was helpful. If you like this, if it was helpful, go ahead and subscribe. Give me a like, and that'll help me know that you want some more videos. Thank y'all. Bye.